Um, Hello everybody. Today I've got here my custom homemade boombox made from car audio gear, pretty much. This is a standard Sony MEX N5000 VT. Let me grab the box for you. Hope you enjoy those chips. It is a Bluetooth audio system. I got this used off of eBay, like untested for like 40 bucks, and it is. I have it in my car actually, and I bought it new from Best Buy a while back. So this is the boombox. It's nice. It has all the features of that head unit. It's got USB port. I can literally play anything on this. Play a CD. We can play songs off a USB drive or an iPhone or iPod, and of course an aux port. And of course it has the radio. I had this little cheap hideaway antenna that I've been using for an prototype of this that used. I use the word prototype lightly because this is never going to be mass manufactured by me. But it was a prototype that used a cardboard box instead. This one's actually a lot better looking, and it has a handle. That's the reason why I chose a filing cabinet box, because of the handle. That's the only reason. Alright, so on the front, I got a couple speakers screwed in there and bolted. They actually have a nut on the other side. Anyway, those two speakers, they are the Kicker, sorry about that. They are the Kicker DSC35. They're nice and small, but powerful. I didn't want to overpower a small speaker, and I also didn't want to underpower a big speaker. So I just chose to go this route instead. This is on the front side. Now, if we go to the back side, it's actually got a couple surprises. It's got a standard 2.5 by 5.5 millimeter DC jack right there that takes it. I mean, honestly, this head unit could probably take a range of 12 to 15 is what I wrote on the label that's under there. And then it also has a few outputs that I routed on the inside. This is actually the rear speaker out connected to a speak-on connector that I had laying around, and I just decided why the heck not. And then I put the RCA pre-outs in the back here as well, so that you don't have to run wires into it, because that can get a little messy. This is the inside here. Nice wire nut for the ground there, that orange one. The DC jack is haphazardly soldered. It looks hilarious. Yeah, I use quick releases most of the time because just soldering is not my strong suit. There's the bolt down there. There's the relay as well as the battery backup. The relay switches from the AC adapter to the battery backup. When the adapter's plugged in, the relay gets energized and sends the 12 volt. And it also enables the switch, the power switch to work. The power switch will not work when it's unplugged. When the relay's de-energized, it falls back to a 12 volt battery called an A23. There they are. They're small little, this is what they look like. They're little batteries, but they carry 12 volts. The current draw of this head unit while turned off is not very much, for obvious reasons, because it's in a car battery. And the capacity of these is very, very small, but it supplies 12 volt power, which is exactly what the head unit needs to stay happy. These batteries actually last a very long time. They can be discharged down to like 6 volts. I think that's crazy. But the head unit will stay. The head unit will keep everything in memory down to like 10 volts probably. The way I know the battery's dead is that the colors start changing and the memory and the Bluetooth won't pair, and if I run into all sorts of problems, and there's the wiring there. I just grabbed a few 3-foot RCA cables and these are pass through because I didn't want to cut RCAs, and I just bought some wall plate bulkhead connectors because they work perfectly for this. This is perfect. I just didn't want to solder and cut RCA cables. I just didn't feel, that was morally correct. Is a microphone port because there's no built-in microphone on this unit. So we have to you have to plug in a microphone to this unit to use the Bluetooth phone feature. However, I don't think I'm going to use that very much, so I might not do that. I'm not sure. And it sounds fair. Obviously, this is a filing cabinet thing, so I can just close this up, and earlier version of this box was a prototype. I use that term lightly because I'm not mass producing it, with this head unit, actually, this very one. This is another Bluetooth one that actually has a microphone built in. All the parts cost about $100 because I had to buy the bulkhead connectors and the RCA cables and the speakers, especially. A lot of the other stuff I didn't have to buy. The relay I already had laying around. Oh, I did have to buy the battery holder. But that's about it. It all came in at under $100, especially because I got a good deal on this head unit. Anyway, I guess I'll play some music through it. These kicker speakers, I will tell you, are very good. When I plugged them in, when I set this up and plugged it in for the first time, blew me away. They're not in like a box or anything, and it sounds pretty good. Obviously, it's not the best sound because it's a little cheap boombox, but that is why I have those external speaker pre-outs and the amplifier output of the head unit all connected and with external connectors, so that they're easily accessible and we can easily add better speakers to the system. But this is like the main. These are like the main speakers, just so I can, you know, put it on a porch and say, hey, I'll turn on some music. That's fine. That's a basic overview. You know, it's pretty straightforward. If you know how to wire a car stereo, you know how to wire this. If you don't know how to wire a car stereo, I suggest you learn, because if you want to add a stereo like this to your car, to your older vehicle. Anyway, thank you for watching this long, blabbing video of this overview. I hope you enjoy this hilarious looking thing.